So for the functions of a muscle, it starts with the bone, which is connected to a muscle with the tendon. The muscle is surrounded by the fascia, which is the covering on the outside. Then on the inside, there is epimysium. To create the muscle, we have fascicles. Each fascicle is covered with perimysium. And then to create fascicles, we have muscle fibers. The muscle fibers are surrounded in endomysium. Under the endomysium is the sarcolemma, which is the cell membrane, and then sarcoplasmic reticulum. And then to create muscle fibers, we have myofibrils. Myofibrils are created with filaments, which are actin and myosin. And then here we have an eye line. We have an H zone, which is in between eye lines. We have an A band, which is eye line end to eye line end. We have Z lines, which are the squiggly lines. Then we have our sarcolemma, which is the Z line to Z line. And then we have the M line, which is going down the middle of the two. Then the next one is the electrical signals. So we have going down action potential going down the axon, which opens up the voltage gate channel of the axon, sending calcium into the axon, making ACH into vesicles, sending it out into the in between the axon and the muscle fiber, then connect to the voltage gate channels, and they open up, allowing sodium to come in and potassium to flow out, and then the ACH connected to the gates is closed off. They dissolve and then they close, and that sends an electrical signal down the muscle fiber, down the T-tubule, open up those voltage gates, helping calcium to flow into the muscle. Before calcium is flown in, the binding sites are closed off, so nothing can connect to them. But once calcium is flown in, it changes shape, and it's connecting to the actin. Once the the binding sites are open, myosin heads start to form. When they form, ATP is connected to them. Then ATP is created into ADP with an extra phosphate, and that helps cock the myosin heads up to get closer to the binding sites. And then the extra phosphate leaves after the myosin heads connect to the binding sites, making the muscle contract, which is called the power stroke. Then the cross bridge closes, the muscle relaxes and creates new ATP for the next time it has to contract, so the binding sites release. Then calcium is flown out of the muscle and then out of the binding sites and back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum, and then the binding sites are covered back up.